They hard like Rottweiler. Kayane. The whole industry been in shambles. Everybody fugazi. I'm just changing the channel. Kendrick.
Every business needs videos. They
The whole industry been in shambles. Everybody fugazi. I'm just changing the channel. Kendrick.
Every business needs videos. They
The whole industry been in shambles. Everybody fugazi. I'm just changing the channel. Kendrick.
I'll be right back. I got this shit to work. I gotta show them how to go live on YouTube. You don't need an adapter. Breakfast should be ready soon. Need that.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Vietnam. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah. I'm sipping liquor for the pain, pouring liquor for the slang. Nothing else can do the trick like hard liquor to the brain. Fall victim to the game. All this money we spent in my mind trying to figure where this 20 G's went. Maybe I should slow it down. Maybe take the pace slow. Second thought, I think I need to speed it up and make more. Time to build, lay go. In the field, lay low. Counting days, still waiting on that shit I prayed for. Am I ungrateful? Want it all so quick. Feel a vibrate. Hold up, I got a call. Oh, bitch, how she get my new shit? Swear the city too small. Type of chick won't take her shirt off cause her titties too small. I could give a damn girl, lift up that pretty blue bra. Now I'm in the DC and just how pretty you are. And that kitty go hard. Lord, I'm up in that. Got the type of kitty cat that make a nigga double back. Type of shit that make a nigga wanna fall in love with that. At the door with a towel on and nothing under that. Saying welcome. Hey, yeah. Yeah, welcome.
This nigga J. Cole don't even have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I let these words flow out like water from a spout, like rain from the clouds, rest the pain from the crowd, cause these words go deep.
Everywhere, every time
in the flows hit the souls of all those that I reach.
Every time I take this
I
down, this man
hope my
got cut off
songs live
something
on.
in his
Where
white
they miss me
t-shirt.
when I'm gone in the sofa, how long? So much shit is on my
You don't even
brain.
have a car,
Try
you got a
hard to
bicycle.
maintain, sit and analyze my thoughts. At times I wonder if I'm sane. Man, it's hard to
Yeah,
trust
this
friends
nigga
when the
lives in something
paranoia
like it.
blends with the
Wow.
marijuana. Wonder what is high ever in. Swear I never smoke again. Y'all niggas blow the weed. Let me take another shot, man. This liquor's all I need just to put me in the zone. So far away from home, nobody truly know me. Got me feeling so alone. They wonder what's on my mind, what's lingering in my dome. I tell them ain't nothing wrong. I deal with it on my own. I deal with it on my own. Yeah, I deal with it on my own, nigga. Yeah. Oh well.
This nigga really live this rap shit that he talk about, bro. Nigga said I'm humble. Tick.
Tick. It's for my niggas in the fourth quarter.
Some niggas I do know, some niggas I don't know.
Just watching that clock tick. Yeah, he said, at what point do you start seeing bread? Been out hustling for years.
Shoebox right under your bed.
I moved to work out my mama's house, got me a little old crib. I always fantasize if I had went to college instead. Would I be happily married instead of broken unwed? My nigga made a major move, I said I hope for the best.
Hey, a lot of people asking me about Bitcoin right now. Some of you may or may not know. I'm a real estate investor, primarily. I have 5 companies. The 5th one is the real estate company. It's I've always hard assets, invest in yourself, invest in your company. And I don't like stocks. I despise the banks and think less of Wall Street. So that kind of tells you where I am. I'm not a speculator. I'm just telling you all this to tell you kind of where I am so you can take this advice as you see fit. You always want to know where the source is coming from, what they're thinking when they share information with you. I made $1.6 million in Bitcoin in, I think it was under, I don't know, 9 or 10 months. This is how the story
I seen this
plays
shit, I had to
out.
click
It's
it.
a very, very important story. The full story is on Medium. I'm going to tell you the first half of it. There's another half of this story that I think you'll find even more interesting. If you like this, let me know in your comments any questions you have, or more importantly, any of you that, because I know there's a bunch of you out there really we accepted the 100 Bitcoins. It was trading at $500 that day. Today it's at 19,000. It just busted 19,800, almost 20,000. I went and did the gig in Las Vegas, made a good friend there, a bunch of good contacts. It was a great conference. I got introduced to people in parts of the world that I would have never gotten introduced to. That goes back to the first thing, say yes first. Say yes is always good for you, almost always good for you to say yes to people until you can't. And on the way back from the trip, I called my accounting department and said, look, dump enough of that crypto to cover the fuel. I flew over there on my own plane. And I said, and she's like, well, how much you think that is? I said, well, figure about $10,000, just round it down.
A couple years ago, someone paid him $50,000 in Bitcoin to do a speaking engagement. Shit now worth $1.6 million.
Probably, because I had some other business to do there. So I said, just take care of one way, dump $10,000 worth of it so that I at least get the cost covered, and then sit on the rest of this Bitcoin stuff. Because look, I'm not trying to pretend to be an expert here. I don't know exactly what it is. Which brings me to the third point, and why I invest in hard properties and real estate, why I'm so committed to being in real assets. The third reason that I invested in Bitcoin, I think should be a really, really important and the most interesting conversation that people should be having about all the cryptos, whether it's Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever the other 1,300 are. But most importantly, crypto as a currency. Do we understand any currency that we accept? I mean, do we really? I mean, why is everybody so baffled at the crypto thing? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is. Do you really know where any of your currencies are? You take cash every day. Every day you take cash, whether it's $1, $10, $50, $1 million. You take money every day with no real idea of the value.
Right.
Now, before you say, "Well, yeah, I know what it's worth," it says it on the bill, $20. Pesos, rubles, a pound, a euro, Argentine money. I don't know what that money is down there. Shows you how ignorant I am. Or cash. What is it worth today? My 8-year-old daughter, asked me just yesterday. She says, "Papa, how can a piece of paper be worth anything?" And then she says, "It doesn't make any sense." I said, "What do you mean, baby?" She's like, "The $20 bill isn't any different than the $50 bill, isn't any different than the $100 bill. It doesn't make any sense that adults put different values on pieces of paper." And I'm like, "Dude, you got me on that one, bud. You got me on that one." Because the truth is, that money, the money in my pocket, I don't have any money on me right now, but the money in your pocket is only worth what you and I agree it's worth. Same thing with cryptos. So check it out. With a bit of a difference, okay? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, what Wall Street, manufactures in their casino. They sit in their laboratory, manufacture a derivative, an ETF, a mutual fund, a bond, treasury bill, some bullshit manufactured idea, and they say, "Oh, it's worth this. Snapchat's worth this piece of paper." They distribute or disseminate this piece of paper. They convince the world to purchase it at that value. And then the world, through trading back and forth, determines, based on the volume and activity, what the value of that piece of paper is. How's that any different than anything else? Oh, except for one thing. See, with cryptos, there is really no middleman. I mean, there is a bit of a middleman called this miner, right? And there's this way to track in a ledger, lots of ledgers that would then come up with, oh yeah, Grant Cardone owns that currency. Now, you and I still have to decide what that's worth today. This morning we woke up and that Bitcoin in my example is worth 19,400 by 11 o'clock this morning. It was worth $19,900. Somebody was saying they wanted to pay more to get it, and somebody was saying at this price I'll sell it. So look, don't get all super like complicated on the deal. You know, if you drive through a city in your town, you're going to see a bank on every street corner. It goes to show you how much money there is in money. You hear what I'm saying? Why is there a Wells Fargo, a Bank of America, a City National on every street corner in the world? What do? They take your money? They literally don't pay you anything for holding your money. They convert your money to digits. How's that different than any of the cryptos? They convert it to digits. I'm telling you, you give them $100 grand a day and go back tomorrow and try to get that $100 grand, you will not be able to get that money. They didn't keep your money. They converted your money to a digit. You understand what I'm saying? Or Wall Street. Go to New York City and go into the Goldman Sachs building. These people, they make casinos look like playgrounds. Okay, they build multi-billion-dollar businesses. These are capitalists off of manufactured ideas. Cryptocurrency could disrupt one of the biggest and oldest problems that has ever existed on this planet. The ability to move currency. You know, in the old days, it used to be I'd trade my donkey for my chicken, or my chicken for my donkey, or your donkey, right? The currency was originally just a simple way to trade my chicken, get some money, and go buy a donkey. And it used to be coins, and the coins got too heavy, and then they went to paper, and then when the paper for a while was backed by the golds and the silvers and the things, the real assets, and then back in the 70s, I guess, that was removed. The gold standard no longer backs the dollar. What's that piece of dollar worth? What's that dollar worth? What's it worth? All we know for sure is it's worth so little that the bank takes it and converts it to a digit. They don't even want the paper. Okay? Stocks are worth even less. Go to Bank of America. Say, hey, I want to borrow money to buy your Bank of America stock. No, won't do it. They'll lend you money to buy a piece of real estate, though, won't they? Why? Because they know that piece of real estate produces income every month. So what is Bitcoin? What is Litecoin? What is cryptocurrency? All I know is this. If I sold mine today, that speaking gig paid me $1.6 million. If I sold it today. Problem is, if I sell it today, I'm going to get cash for it. Okay? So I'm going to ride this baby out. Love to see your comments. I know there's a whole bunch of you out there that know a lot more about this space than I do. But the fact that you know more.
My nigga said, I'm not going to trade it because I'm going to get cash.
Dunia changed my life. I had this constant need to film.
Oh, so you know what time you going to wake up? Huh?
So what now?
Okay. Nigga snoring. He falls asleep when he go wake up. He said, now. Okay. I feel you, but in my case, I'm about to fall asleep till 11.
11, but that's too late.
It's 8 now.
I know let's leave.
You said what now?
I said let's leave.
I'm not for that.
I'm trying to hit the sleep on
Huh?
I'm trying to hit the sleep on me.
Yeah, we can do that.
Just give me about like 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes.
Hour?
30, 45 minutes.
9 o'clock.
I'm gonna wake up at 8:30 for this video.
Oh, you said alarm? What should I set alarm?
You should set alarm. Sleep straight through my shit. No matter
Set an alarm for 8:30 a.m. Set an alarm